What's up, dudes and girls? We're here in the gym with a single exercise tutorial, and today we're going to be doing the trap bar deadlift. We already got it set up here, as you can tell. The trap bar is going to be something that looks similar to this, and we just put some 45s on here for an example of what it would look like to lift. So I'm just going to be doing a few reps, as you guys suggested in the comments in the last video. You just kind of want to see some reps first to see the general idea of positioning in a form. So I'm just going to be grabbing the bar here, perform a few reps, and then we're going to be going over the breakdown as far as what to do and what not to do. All right, so time to go over some of the form that you got to keep in mind. So stepping up to the bar here, you want to keep your feet just about hip width, right here, toes pointed forward, or you can have them slightly turned out if that's going to be more comfortable for you. But what you immediately got to do is to keep some torque in the hip joint and more stabilization in the knees. Is imagine like you're screwing your feet into the ground. So your right foot would be going clockwise, left foot be going counterclockwise, but do that without moving your toes out. So it's gonna keep external rotation in the legs. Immediately, you're gonna stabilize the hip joint. You're gonna feel it really nice and tight. You're gonna be squatting down. You're gonna be grabbing the bar in the grip just about mid-foot and be keeping your shoulder blades just above your hands and your grip here. What you're gonna do is try to keep a vertical torso, or at least more so than you would in a standard squat, rear-loaded squat. Standard rear-loaded squat, you be slightly bent forward here, still keeping in line with the middle of the feet, but what that's gonna do, put a little bit more pressure on the lower back. So if you have some issues with tightness in the lower back, or just form issues in the conventional rear-loaded squat, this is an excellent tool to kind of still get that type of engagement in the legs, but keeping a little bit less pressure in the back area here, because you're in more of that vertical position. So hips are low. You can tell the weight is distributed pretty evenly on the legs here, rather than, let's say, a conventional deadlift where it's more front loaded, working the posterior chain. So you're still getting a lot of the benefit of the quad work too. So what you want to do too is keep a neutral chin. So kind of make a fist, put it right below your chin here. Immediately it's going to help neutralize the spine, making sure you're always in that position. What you don't want to do is look up, and you can be like, pulling the weight here, thinking then that's gonna help you reaching for the ceiling, which it won't. Just get your spine out of alignment and could possibly lead to injury, or just lessen your power output because everything's out of alignment. So what you don't wanna do, of course, get too wide in the stance, so where this bar is gonna be scraping along your legs and be forced to turn your knees inward. And you don't wanna go too far out in your toes here. Keep them pretty neutral. Keep those knees turned out. Try not to bring them and collapse the arches and bring the knees in. And what you also don't want to do here is have a torso that is pretty much collapsing inward, flexing in the spine, and it's not in that nice neutral and more vertical position here. So what not to do is going to look like this, where you're lifting here, and then you're pulling up, chin's coming up, like that. Not going to do too many reps there because I don't want to injure myself, but so make sure feet firmly plant on the floor, kind of corkscrew them into the ground, stabilize. You're gonna grab the bar just about mid-foot here, vertical upper body, chest up, neutral chin, and you get that straight push, you get that full extension in the hips to the top position here. Nice squeeze in the glutes to stabilize that top position. What you don't do is overextend here, and that's gonna put a lot of pressure on that lower spine, lower lumbar area. So quick tips in the trap bar deadlift. And yeah, it's an excellent tool to work the legs, but also a little bit in the upper body too, because of course you're gonna have to utilize your grip and keep that upper back tight too to control the bar and the movement in here. You're also, quick thing too, is you're also starting from a dead position, so it's on the ground. So you're actually gonna have to generate quite a bit of force right off the bat in a relaxed position. A little bit more relaxed than, let's say, a squat position when you're getting down into that position here, hitting that stretch reflex where that muscle's stretched out, building that energy up and ready to rubber band back, where this one, you're starting from the dead position, so you're gonna have to require a little bit more force and power output to get it to that top position. Squeeze and then let it down. Nice deep breath, reset, and then bring it back up to the top position. So, excellent tool to build that leg strength, a little bit in the upper back, grip, and try it out and see for yourself. So, thanks for joining us today for the single exercise tutorial, and as always, stay buff. Ooh, yeah.